goes down. Very nice.
Ew, it's going to take a long time to clean that off.
A chuckle.
All right. Looks like it's Hoot's turn, huh? Dorothy, round 2. What say you? Dorothy?
Or Mike might have went out again.
Ah, yeah.
She flicks the tail out of her mouth into the pit.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of wiggled its way into her mouth.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm saying this when she can't say anything.
I'm going to look over it and say, "You're wasting good meat."
All right, so she takes a, and then she's going to stab the one in front of her. So, very good. She said she's going to get me later. All right, so you hit the rat in front of you. Go ahead and roll your damage.
You obviously had to taste it quite well enough because that's a solid hit.
No, that was a massive hit. As she basically disintegrates the rat, and then another rat tail lands in her beard. This thing's, I don't know, it's like this beard
You
is
just
a
can't keep those things out of your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's like her beard is some kind of magnet for rat tails or something.
All right. Well, seeing everyone else laying waste to these rats, Shem's going to join the fray and take a couple of swings with his scimitars, main hand and then offhand.
Okay. Nice hit.
And then his offhand hand. Same scimitar.
Another rat tail goes flying, but of course in another direction. You actually missed, yeah. Wow, I actually missed. Wow.
Went swinging for that same limb I lopped off.
All right, Shem. What say you? You're up, but you're being blocked still.
This is better.
Still being blocked.
We can hear
You're really quiet, but we can hear you. All right. So, Shen, what say you?
I'm gonna hold.
All right.
I
Valen?
wanna shoot somebody in the back.
Okay, let's see. They got that rat. There's only 2 rats left, I guess. Alright, I take out my crossbow and I shoot the rat.
All right, the one down here. Go ahead and do a -2 because of all of the humanoids in front of you.
So Shem's getting a little flashbacky to Malachi's.
Yeah, don't roll a 1 and join the Pro Archers Club.
Yeah, I do not need a bolt in my ass.
Alright, got him targeted.
Yep. -2 in the modifier box, and then fire away. All right, so it's a miss. Yeah, nice miss.
It wasn't a 1. Didn't shoot somebody's earlobe off.
Any other movement you want to take, Valen? You can go ahead and take it if you want to take any other movements. And
Yeah, I'll just step back here. That way I have eyesight on either way.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and we'll take this first rat and attack Shem. Wow, Shem wasn't able to finish it off, so you're going to get bit. Well, it's going to try to bite you. Wow, it actually hits you. You're going to take a little bit of piercing damage, a total of 3 piercing damage. And that's it for the rat. Next rat moves up and attacks Malachi. Tries to jump up onto your neck. Bite. It misses. You're able to push it down with your shield. And we're off to
disgusting thing.
to the Stormlord now. Let's see.
So here, Malachi, I'll help you out with that dirty old rat there you've got an issue with, and I'll cast Booming Blade on my Warhammer again and try and hit the rat.
Alright. Does it hit? Alright, that rat goes down. Take any other movement that you'd like to take?
I'm going to just move round so I've got eyes on what's going around this corner rather than it coming around and surprising me each time.
Okay. So basically, you see, what kind of a vision do you have? You're half elf, right?
60-foot dark vision.
Okay.
Yes, half elf, 60-foot dark vision.
Alright, so you can see this way, and you can also see to the corridor straight ahead of you as well.
I'll shout out, guys, shout out when you're finished. We'll come back around. We'll keep this area
Of course,
safe
yeah, you saw
until
that, but...
you've cleared them rats that end.
Shim's just yelling, the fucker bit me.
Malachi, what's up?
Bite it back!
I will move. I don't know what spot Balon's in there, but if I can move right there. Oh, that's weird. Enough to see the rat around the corner.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you can't quite... With everybody in the way, it would kind of be hard. I mean, you could probably move up one more. You probably got one more movement anyway, don't you? 5 more feet, maybe?
Yeah, there we go.
Alright, yeah, now you can see it. Well, you'll get a -2, so...
Okay, I was just going to use forgot the name now. Sacred Flame
Yeah.
on that rat.
No -2, then you can just make it do the saving throw.
Yeah, yep.
It was actually successful. Wow. That rat has got some fortitude, doesn't it?
Got 9 lives.
Dexterous rat.
Alright, round 3. Dorothy, you're up.
Alright, let's see if I can make spaghetti in my beard.
That's a hit. Alright, you take the rat out. You guys are out of combat.
So as we exit combat, I'll kind of look over at Dorothy and slowly reach over and pick this large rat tail out of her beard. Stick it in my pocket.
You got some
She
icky on you, Dorothy.
responds, you know, this is kind of like living with my late husband.
You keep putting things in your face too?
He's a dirtier rat that like to get in my face.
I got some good dwarf jokes. I'll tell you when we get the rest. I'm sure you'll love alcohol.
Yes, I'm sure I will. Make sure to remind me when I'm completely drunk.
So I don't know. I found this pit. Anyone else want to see if they can jump over it, or should we try and find another way?
You can maneuver yourself to where you can step over the corners and not have to worry about
Okay.
making it. But if you would like to do an athletics check, I would be more than happy to. I would definitely give you the opportunity to do that.
Oh man, that's so good.
I'm going to wander back round to the rest of the party rather than being up by myself.
So Shim's going to turn around and say, should we go back the other way? How did up north look?
So far, pretty clear. A bit like this did before the pit opened up.
Yeah, and you can see that there are all kinds of intersecting tunnels everywhere. You guys have.
So I'm gonna walk forward and slap Shin on the shoulder and say, you can find the next one, and ask him to lead.
It looks like we might have to check intersections. It could be we've got this sporadically throughout.
I will go ahead, but I can't see in the dark, so
Do the next. Well, they see that one.
All right, so Shem's going to think that we should turn around and head a way that doesn't have a huge pit in front of our way. Find an easier route.
Okay. Well,
If anyone objects,
They'll find the next pit.
are we going to go right at this section or up north?
just
Are we going to go up and check this area here, or are we going to go right? I don't mind being pit tester this time. Take a turn.
was that so? Kind of going back to that last pit. Was it? How far did I get into that pit before it fell through?
You were basically on the very edge as it started to cave in, and you know, like I said, the bottom just fell out below you.
All right. So are there rocks and rubble within this cave?
There are. There's, you know, like I was saying when you first started entering, you know, and as you guys are walking around, it's kicking up dust. It doesn't look like there's been a lot of traffic through here. And there's rubble all over the place. The ceiling is probably about 10 feet high, 12 feet high. But it definitely does not look like it was carved by dwarves or any kind of stonemason.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's definitely earthen. It's natural, that's for sure.
All right. So Shem would like to grab maybe if you can find a larger rock, maybe 5 or 10 pounder,
Sure.
and he'd like to hurl it down the hallway.
Wouldn't it be smarter to roll it down?
Yeah, I'm not that smart.
All right, so
So he hurls it kind of, you know, shot put style down the hallway.
yeah, you find the next pit, the floor caves in. Poof.
Found another one.
well done. You're the group thief. Rogue. Thief is such a derogatory term. My apologies.
So, question is top, middle, or bottom?
Wow, he's got a good perception.
What's we can see into the little opening up to the north, right?
Yeah, we could go check in there first.
Yeah, it looks like another intersection as you're traveling, you know, in an easterly way. You know, you're able to get over this pit here, so this pit's not a problem. It's a 5-foot wide pit.
Okay.
Now, to the east of this, you can see another, you know, multi-way chamber appears.
I'm going to move up so we can have a look and see what's going on up there. You guys going to have a quick check up north, or we're going to move across to the east here?
I think we should all stick together.
Bad thing about these Adventures League maps, they put the fucking X right on the map. I mean, come on.
Worst comes to worst, we're gonna get back here anyway.
That's true. So,
You guys are going to continue to travel to the east.
yeah, move up to the east.
All right, Cylon, you've got a pretty good passive perception, so you notice that there is another trap right here. You can see that the earthen floor is really weak, and it looks like as you're approaching, it kind of looks like it's indent. You know, like you'd have an old piece of wood, maybe if you're a kid and you made a fort and put a bunch of dirt over a piece of wood in a hole, you'd be able to hide in the hole. Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
it's sinking down.
Guys, careful here. There's another trap here, and I'll cast Thaumaturgy on that section and make the ground tremor in that area. So basically, it shakes it loose and it falls in, so
Sure,
it reveals
it
it
does
to the
that.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful, there's a trap here, guys. Do we want to continue east or north here?
Before you go, Dave, can you share that map with me again? Sorry.
Yeah, there it is.
Any preferences, guys?
Yeah, try north.
No, not really.
Yeah, the chamber goes to now as you get to the where you're here, Stormlord. Now, it appears that this opens up into a larger chamber, and as you're kind of passing through this corridor, you can see inside of this huge chamber. I mean, it's dark, but there's something lit on the very, very far side of this chamber. Something looks like it's like a very faint, sickly green type of color, and there's kind of like a sparkle catches the corner of your eye as you're passing by this corridor.
Guys, just to the east, it looks like a bit of a large chamber, and there's some sort of illumination to the far side of it. Might be worth checking that out.
Yeah, it's coming from this, and you can see. I mean, your dark vision only allows you to see so far up to about right here. But I mean, you can literally see.
If anything walked past it,
that.
yeah. If anything walked past it, I'd see the silhouette because they'd be blocking the light, sort of thing.
Yeah. So, but you can definitely see something that is a very faint, sickly green color, and it looks like it's kind of maybe moving because you can see it kind of reflecting shades of green off once in a while.
Guys, come and check this out. This is quite interesting. It's the light that's coming off it is kind of very green and kind of not the average light. It might be worth one of us checking it out and having a look.
Are we able to easily walk around these traps as well?
Yeah. You're able to, with being careful, you can, skedaddle around the edges of the traps. Yeah, you can position yourself on the wall and shimmy yourself along the wall over the corner and not have any problems.
While we pass this one, Shim would like to look north just to see what he can see.
Okay, so as you start to enter this chamber, the temperature the temperature drops dramatically, and in fact, it drops so much that when you take a breath, you can feel the inner hairs of your nostrils start to kind of freeze over a little bit. I mean, it's that big of a temperature drop, and you can start to see snow and ice on the ground, and like I said, a huge temperature drop. Now, as you're looking in, you can actually see two very large humanoid figures, and they definitely look like giants, and these humanoid figures lie dead, and they're dead in the center of this room, probably about, I would say, about right here. There's one here, and then there'd be like one kind of right here, and it looks like they definitely are giants, and they appear to be dead because they're slumped over, they're not moving. They have a blue tinted color to them, like they're frozen and whatnot, and that's pretty much what you see in this chamber. As you guys start to move in a little bit more, you can see more of it, and like I said, lots of ice, lots of snow, a couple of dead giant bodies, or they appear to be dead. And you can see that as you move in a little bit more, you can see that these giants are clutching what appears to be bloody great axes in their hands.
Can you notice as you get closer to the giants that the temperature is getting colder the closer you get to this source of light?
You don't know if it's from the source of light or if it's just from it is snow, and there is snow and ice in here, but yeah, this on the far side of the room, this crystal's on like a 3-foot pedestal, all right, and on this pedestal, this giant diamond is kind of rotating around, and it's gleaming with a beautiful light green light now that you can actually kind of move in and see it now. It is definitely intriguing, and it is spinning around on this pedestal. The pedestal's 3 foot. But it's definitely getting colder. And then it kind of, the coldness kind of like stables, and it just stays the same temperature.
So it doesn't intensify the closer you get to the diamond.
No, just as you moved into the room. Now, if it's because of the source of the diamond, you don't know. You have no clue. You'd have to get up there and check. You know what I mean?
Well, guys, we don't know if the giants. That's what I was getting. We don't know if the humanoid giant figures froze to death because they were moving closer to this source of light.
Well, the great axes are bloody.
Yeah.
So Shem, what was in that little alcove to the north of us as we passed? What do you see in there?
I don't know.
It looks like it loops around, Shem.
Okay. Not much.
And you can also see that it kind of takes another turn to the right, and you can also see that it kind of just continues on the corridor. So it looks like it loops around, maybe.
Shall we check these?
Maze.
Should we just check these 2 bodies out then, and potentially this gem, and see what's this about in this cave?
Another thing. Sorry to interrupt you. Also, Shem, as you're looking down, you can also see another trap. I mean, it was distinct,
Okay.
as it was basically, the floor was, sinking into the ground basically.
Yeah, so
and you can see edges.
Find another rock and make sure that we hit it so it's easily visible to everyone else.
Yeah, it is, and you can see that this corridor goes north also.
I'm going to carefully step out. I'm going to look towards the giants, but I'm going to look and see if I can see any breathing coming from them at all, whether they are actually dead or if they're just like lying down sleeping. So I'd hate to get up to them and find that they're asleep, wake up and kill us.
Yeah, so you guys want to move in and check out the giants, and as you guys get closer, you can see that there's dried blood on the ground. You can see that they are have all kinds of slashing wounds all over them. And
yeah, that's just to check for breath and things.
And breath is coming out of your mouth as you guys are coming in. Now let's go ahead and one thing. Now as you guys move into the room, and as you approach these bodies, all of a sudden you hear like this clicking sound, and the diamond rises from the pedestal. Probably, definitely looks like under some kind of like magical compulsion or something. And then all of a sudden, like a disco ball, there are beams of beautiful, dazzling green light rays that are just hitting everything, hitting the bodies of the giants, hitting the ceiling, hitting the floor, and also going through all of you. And it's just bathing this entire chamber with a beautiful light green, almost sickly, eerie green light. Now, all of you guys, I'm going to need you to do a wisdom saving throw. Every single one of you. So let's see. Oh boy, a lot of people failed.
Ooh.
Someone threw a 1.
Yeah, it was me. I forgot to throw that in the tower.
I forgot to throw mine in the tower too. Sorry, Dave.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll just take your first roll. So, Stormlord, you're okay. Let's see. Give me a second. I gotta write this stuff down. Shen's okay.
Never good when he has to take notes.
Malachi.
It's not good.
I'm just writing down who was successful and who was not successful. So, all right. So all of a sudden, like I said, all of these green lights are, streaking all across the corridor. It's actually quite an astonishing sight. And what happens is this. Now, Dorothy, Shemgra, Malachi, and Valen, all 4 of you have this overwhelming sense of greed come over you as you see that beautiful diamond. It just looks like it would be worth millions of gold to you. And all of a sudden you go into this slumber. So I want all of you guys to put the incapacitated on you. You guys are actually going to be incapacitated until the end of your next turn. So that's going to be I need to make one of these. So let me make one real quick. And then it would be R10, I think. R1.
So how do we do this incapacitated?
So let me. I think I got it.
It's in effect. It's in there.
Yeah, but I need to put a duration on it. So
There it is.
I need to put a. Yeah, you guys could just go ahead and drop incapacitated. I need to see you guys have already done it. So I'll just let you guys do it. Now you guys, the 4 of you are going to be incapacitated until next round. And if you can't find the conditions, top right hand corner, there is the little zombie guy walking around there, the effects button. Hit that, look for incapacitated on the left hand side, and then just drop it right on your token that's on the map, or you can drop it on yourself in the combat tracker. So
I'm clicking on it. It looks like it just works too.
Yep, you can do that. And all 4 of you, like I said, are just overwhelmed with greed. And you know, the others that were not affected by this, you guys are, you know, they're in this slumber type of slumbering state. Right? Now, all of a sudden, as this diamond that's turning, you hear it kind of shatter, sort of like glass breaking. Well, 3 smaller diamonds kind of break off, all right, and they kind of appear around the room. And you guys are going to need to roll initiative because these things are glowing and intensifying, and you can see that these things have like tentacles that are coming out, and they're cracking it seems like they're cracking their tentacles whips, and they are moving towards you in a very aggressive manner. So you guys have some green motes around here. One's going to be here. One's going to be here. One's going to be here. They break off. They're right there. And they start to approach you guys. And like I said, these things look like the miniature diamonds. So you're even more infatuated. You're thinking, oh man, I can make it rich. So initiative's been rolled, and it looks like who is first but Valen. So Valen, you are affected by this, but you're basically incapacitated. So and incapacitated, you basically can't take any turns, you can't do any movement, any actions, nothing like that. So because you're just so infatuated with this. Dorothy, the same thing with you. Shemgra, the same thing with you. And now Stormlord, you had this same overwhelming sensation of greed and wow, I could change my life with this, but you were like, oh wait, no, something's not right here. So you were able to shake it off.
I'll see my colleague kind of go into this slumber, and I'll kind of go, okay. So I'm going to step forward to here to kind of be a defensive perimeter for them, because they're not kind of doing much at the moment. And after seeing the big one shatter, I'm thinking that's potentially the way to go. So I'm going to cast a chromatic orb on a greed mote 1 and see if I can shatter it.
Okay. You hit it. Now, as you hit this, all of a sudden it flares up and like fire surrounds it, like a green flame surrounds it, and the large diamond behind it also does the same thing. So in unison, it's like it happens